You listen to any podcast with a bunch of military guys, what'd you do it for? "Well, I did it for the man to the left and the right of me," and all that.
Yeah.
You go to a lot of these companies and you'd say, "Well, are you doing it for the person to the left and right of you?" And they say, "I don't even know who's in cubicle 7." I mean, and
No.
not because they're bad people, but because from the day that they came out of college or the time they came out of high school and went into any kind of company environment, they basically got siloed in more ways than one. And all they could think about is, I'm going to get my paycheck. I'm going to live my life. I'm doing this
Right.
so that at 5 o'clock, I walk out of here and I can live my life and I have enough money to live it the way I want to live it. And I'm tolerating everything here
Yes.
to do that, right? It's not for God and country. It's not to save the world. It's not to save some unit on your left or right flank. And it's not for the people to the left and right of you. There's not a brotherhood or a sisterhood going on.
Yeah.
And it's all logical. And it took me about a year or so to realize, okay, this is just normal, because I'd been in for 20 years. And the second problem is, what do you do with that? I was in a company where we had a good mix of ex-military and civilians. And the joke was with the military guys was that it sounded like a Indy 500 start about 2 minutes to 5 every day. Everybody,
Everyone's just
all the
gone.
civilians would go to the parking lot
I know.
where they're gone. And the only cars left would be the ex-military guys. I mean, I'm
Exactly.
not making that up. It's kind of a metaphor in a way, because
Mhm.
the military guys saw their task, their job there as a duty and a responsibility. They felt accountable. If the project was falling behind, they would work on it until they were back on schedule.
Exactly.
If it was falling apart completely, they would reset and redo the entire project to get it done right. Where everybody else is like they heard this little whistle in their head and they dropped their pens and pencils and backed off of their laptops and slid down the fire pole and went right to their
Literally
vehicle.
what? Yeah, exactly right. I retired out of SOCOM here in Tampa. I'm in Florida right now. And so that's exactly right, because also what makes it a little bit worse is it's at the staff level, because nothing like cool really happens at the staff level at the headquarters. So you do have a bunch of civilians and contractors, and it looks just like another corporate gig basically. And so at 5 o'clock, it's like, you better not be close to the exit because you're going to get run over. And people are just coming through, beelining, trying to run out. It's actually earlier than that. I think they got off around like 3 or something crazy. But you're absolutely right. The military folks, not all of them, right? But like some of them that had the mindset of, no, mission first. Like, hey, we're finishing this project. We just have a couple more steps. Let's just focus on this until we get it done. And then they're making the calls and the plans, right? Letting their families know, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late. But it's just like a natural understanding that, okay, we're going to complete this objective before we head out the door. And so how do you bring that mindset in, right? Like, so there's got to be some kind of fixed action here. Like, have you tried any models or methodologies to train the civilian force to
Sure.
more like
Yeah.
objective mind?
My first business book, Be Nimble, had a lot to do with finding talent and vetting talent, and then training, coaching, and mentoring talent, and also being very nimble about the way you set up the architecture of organizational structures, the communications
Mm.
lines, all those kinds of things. The one that's the easiest one, though, to remember is just mirror what they do in the military and especially in the elite forces or with fighter pilots, etc.